Welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 on the Players Lounge. We're kicking off another episode of the Freshman series, and today we have Braylon Staley with us.
Hello.
Braylon, thank you for joining.
Thank y'all for having me.
So, Braylon's nickname is Bray. So for the rest of the show, I'm going to call you Bray.
Okay.
Okay, you're from Aiken, South Carolina, and you went to Schramm Thurman High School. You want to talk a little bit about where you're from?
I'm from Aiken. It's a small town in South Carolina. It's nothing to do there, but I enjoy living there.
So what's the biggest difference between home and Knoxville?
Everything is very big here. A lot of stuff to do around here. You know, downtown. We have it downtown in Aiken, but it's not as lit as Knoxville. So.
Yeah, Knoxville is pretty lit. Most really good athletes play two sports. And according to the reports, it says that people who play two sports make it to the NFL. And I know track was your second sport. So talk about track.
Okay. So track was my second sport. I did love the sport. I wasn't going to actually run at first. I just wanted to train just to get faster because I was like kind of slow.
Okay, so Braylon, you're a 4A 200 meter champ. You won the 4A triple jump twice with the 47.8, but then you also posted a 48.5 triple jump earlier in the spring. What did you like about track?
I love everything about it, really. You know, running, jumping. Jumping probably my favorite. But, you know, just competing against the best, it was amazing.
Did you like the running part, though?
Yeah, I did. It was iffy. Not the training, but the competing at the meets, I loved.
Yeah. And I guess that is a good way to start, train while you're wide receiver. So, you had to run a lot of routes and stuff.
Yeah.
Did track ever interfere with football?
Yes. So when I was running track, it'll interfere with spring ball. So every time I go to state or anything, I wouldn't be able to train with football for spring ball. So I missed probably a couple weeks of it.
Yeah, and spring ball is usually in April.
Yeah.
So since you played the two sports, what advice would you give high school athletes, younger kids that want to play both sports?
My advice is just to go for it and put your mind to it, because anything you can put your mind to, you can do it.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to stay in shape also.
It's good. So obviously you guys are in workouts, and according to some of the other freshmen, it's kind of been challenging. Do you agree or no?
I mean, some of it, but, some of it, I was already prepared for coming in, so.
So what is the sum of it that's challenging?
The sum of it is waking up early, going into a workout that early. My body isn't fully awake, so that's probably one of the biggest challenges.
Yeah, I guess when I became a college athlete, I guess the whole waking up earlier was kind of hard, but
yeah,
you get used to it. So
yeah.
Just it's going to take some time, but you'll get used to it.
Yeah.
Obviously, high school training and college football training is different. So since you've been here for a couple months already and you've experienced the weight room, experienced the strength coaches, what's the biggest difference from high school training and college football training?
The intensity. In high school, you probably slack off a couple reps. College, you got coaches everywhere, so you can't do nothing.
Yeah, no. There's just someone's always there and looking over you.
Just watching
and
you.
Even if the strength coaches aren't there watching you, your teammates.
Yes.
And just making sure you're holding yourself accountable too.
Yeah.
But also your teammates are expecting you to hold your own self accountable. So I guess the intensity part's good too.
Yeah.
But my high school training was different than softball training here too. But it's fun. At the end of the day, it's fun. You're competing. You're competing, and you're just there with your teammates, and they obviously want the best for you too. So
you need to be better.
So you're officially in the database. Big shout out to Tennessee's football SID. You do so much, and it just goes unnoticed. But behind everything, you're that guy. So I'm gonna read you a couple of descriptions that they have about you. A talented perimeter target who has a large catch radius to go along with excellent hands and body control. a consensus 4-star recruit who is rated as the number 2 wide receiver in the state of South Carolina, and is a top 300 player nationally. So, when you hear those stuff about you, like, what is your mind going through?
A lot, that's a lot of pressure. But, I'm just thanking God for giving me the ability to do these things.
Yeah.
I also want to thank my parents for pushing me, keeping me out of bed, making me go run miles and stuff. So,
At the end of the day, pressure is a privilege.
yes, it is.
And once you start going through pressure, like, you start to become used to it, and it's going to be a lot easier to handle pressure and just handle adversity. So, shout out to your parents too.
Yeah.
Obviously, your legacy starts now. What do you want to achieve and like contribute to this team?
I say just become a leader, just bring positivity to the team, and just work my tail off and just do the best I can for the team.
So what are your goals that you have for this season?
My goals for this season is really just to make my way up the depth chart, compete for a starting spot as a freshman. Those are really my main goals right there.
Yeah, and then you can just like learn from the older guys and just see what they went through to get to where they are now in their spots too. So that's a good goal.
Thank you.
Getting up on the depth chart. What's been the best part about being a Vol?
Just bonding with the teammates. They're family now. They're really all I have, other than my family home.
Mm-hmm.
So, just bonding with them is the best part of it.
Yeah. You're an early enrollee. You were able to go to the bowl game, so you kind of got a gist of how everything works with them and how like what a typical game day routine is for them. So you want to talk about how that was?
It was a great experience. Pre-game for high school is like short. Going into that bowl game, just watching, they had just a longer span to the game. So it was a great experience.
Yeah. Did you have fun?
I did. I had a lot of fun.
Were you able to practice with them, or were you just?
Yeah, we practiced that whole week.
So you're able to like get reps and stuff?
Yeah.
That's good. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions now. What are you listening to right now as a song of choice?
I say N4 by No Cap.
N4?
N4. IN4.
Oh, N4.
No Cap.
Okay. What do you listen to the most pregame?
Gotta go gospel. Then I mix with some rap in it, just to get my mind going. A little bit of R&B.
What part of your game has improved the most since being on campus?
I'd say my route running, and getting out of my breaks much quicker. I say those are the two things that improved since being up.
So what was your NFL team growing up, or now too?
Dallas Cowboys.
What's that? Cowgirls. Cowgirls is what it is, and it's what it will always be.
No.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
No.
Shout out to the 49ers. It's okay, though.
They lost the Super Bowl.
Next Super Bowl. Yeah, but your team didn't make it to the Super Bowl, so. Next question. Who's an athlete across all sports that you looked up to growing up?
Gotta say Kobe Bryant. Just his mentality of, practicing, staying in practice late, getting the extra work.
Yeah.
He's just one of the athletes I look up to.
Our team listens to a lot of Kobe Bryant's like interviews and just what he says and his Mamba mentality. Like it goes across for all sports. So and it's true too what he says. All the hard work that he's put in. It wasn't just because of his talent. He did stuff behind the scenes that made him who he was.
Yeah.
And he's a great athlete.
Awesome athlete.
So, what was the process like being recruited?
It was very exciting, but it was a bit much. Getting calls every night. Had to stay up late, waiting for a call.
Yeah.
But it's part of the process. So.
I remember I was in like 8th grade being like already getting calls, or not calls, but like schools are saying that they were interested in stuff,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I'm young, I don't know what college is.
See, I'm a bit different. My recruitment didn't start till my junior year, like end of my junior year. So it was a lot having coaches come, and I only have a short amount of time just to choose this school.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So what factored into you making your decision to come to Tennessee?
I say the coaches and just the fans, and I just got that family feeling here. Coach Pope and Coach Height was the main two, staying in contact with me.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess the family feel can go across all sports, because I know when I committed here or like decided to transfer here, I definitely had the family feel here, and it was just like home away from home. So I get you when you say it's the family feel here. So what was your favorite memory in high school that you'll carry with you in your next chapter of your life?
I say winning the track and field state championship, the triple jump 2 times in a row, and the 200 meter my junior year.
Winning never gets old.
Never.
So I guess winning your track stuff will be a good memory for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
As a wide receiver, in the wide receiver room, there have been a lot of former legendary Vols and the current Vols here. Who stands out to you the most, and who are you excited to learn from?
I say former Vol, Jalen Hyatt, because he's from South Carolina. I got to go with the hometown. And my current Vol, I have to say Squirrel White, because me and him both played the slot position. And, just him being older than me but he's basically my mentor at that position. So he helps me a lot, with routes, with plays, and stuff like that.
He's so good.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
What do you think your strength is at your position?
I'll say my hands, my route running, and, just me being able to just go catch a ball, my ball skills and catch radius and stuff.
Thank you, Braylon, for joining me on this episode, and thank you for joining Season 2, Episode 4 of on the Players Lounge of the Freshman Series. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ask any questions or comment who you want to see on this show. And go Vols and Lady Vols.